guys, it's Jake here, taking you out on a service call over to an existing customer's house. Haven't been there in a couple years. I replaced the blower back in the day, as well as a 10 kW heat sequencer, and then replaced a dual run capacitor on the outdoor unit a couple years ago. I got a call from the customer saying that his outdoor unit was making awful noises. He said it sounded like when the fan was running, it was clunking against something. We had some snow come in, so I'm not sure if maybe there was ice in there, or we got maybe a bad blower mode. I mean, a bad condenser fan motor on the outdoor heat pump. It's an old Goodman R22 heat pump. I can't read the tag, or at least I put a note down in my system that I could not read the tag on this thing. The indoor unit, of course, I could read the tag. I want to say it was like a 2 or 2.5 ton, something like that. So I'm heading out there right now. He lives out in the country, and I'm going to take a look at this heat pump and see what's going on. Maybe we've got a bad fan motor, maybe the blade's messed up, who knows. Okay, so here's our outdoor unit. I'm going to spin the motor and see if I can see anything. I went ahead and took the panel off here. It's an old R22 Goodman heat pump. I did notice something right away. I'm getting dripped on right here. If you look up, there are no gutters on this house. Icicles are forming there, so I wonder if maybe when it was snowing or something, we had some ice accumulating in here or something, keeping this fan from running. Who knows? It appears to be spinning free. Real good. Let's try that again. Yeah. Appears to be spinning free. I don't see it hitting anything. Maybe we had some ice on the edge of the coil there. It comes pretty close. It's one of those double coils. This might be a 2.5 ton. I'm not really sure. I don't remember what the indoor unit was. I'd have to look at my records. But it could be oversized, the indoor, by 1/2 ton. If it's 2 ton out here, you can't really read the tag. It's a shot. So I'm going to go ahead and make sure we got high voltage out here. And I think I'll go ahead and pull the disconnect, just test the capacitor. Just real quick since I'm here. Okay, so the capacitor tested good. I went ahead and put my amp clamp on the power wire coming in. And we're going to do a inrush on it and just see how it does. I'm going to have them fire it up and see if this thing is making noise while it's running. Maybe it was, you know, like I said, ice accumulation. Don't really know. Looks like you got some exposed wires there. What size motor is this? Looks like it's a 1/6 horsepower, 0.9 amps, 815 RPM. So if we have to replace the motor, I've probably got one in my van that'll work. I'll have to cut the shaft on it though, if it is that. Alright, I'm going to have them fired up and see what it sounds like. Well, I just had the customer turn on the thermostat to heat. I was walking back around, I heard it start and then turn right back off. Don't know if maybe she accidentally turned it back off and now we're in a time delay. Make sure we got some high voltage. Drew only 13 amps inrush. I'm not sure what's going on. Make sure we got high voltage here. 248, so we didn't trip a breaker or anything. Or a fuse. This is a fuse disconnect. Oh, my contactor is not pulled in. Shouldn't have 24 volts here then. And I don't. Let's see if we got 24 volts coming out here to the thermostat wires. I think she might have accidentally cycled the thing and we're in a time delay now. The buggers are tight. Alright, I'm just going to check C to Y here. Yeah, I don't have a call out here for heat right now. Nothing. Alright, I'm going to have to go see if she accidentally power cycled and we're in time delay. No sooner than I went inside, the daggone thing started. But I just came around here and I don't hear a compressor running. Feels like that line's warm. No noise right now. Fan's running smooth. I'm gonna put an amp clamp on the compressor and see if I got amps drawn through it. I might have to grab my probes too. We're just gonna see. Didn't pull a lot of amps on the inrush. Only 13. It is, the compressor is running. They said what's going on is you can hear this little clicking noise in there. You hear that? So I'm thinking that motor is an issue. I did amp draws on the motor. I'm pulling 1 to 1.1 amps. The full load amps on this motor is 0.9, so we are over amping. And on the compressor, I was pulling 8.1 amps. So I could feel heat here on the liquid line. I could feel some heat on the hot gas line. They don't maintain this system at all. The thing was quiet when it started, and when I came out here I was like, oh, the compressor's not running, but it had already started when I was inside. And look at that, that just fell right on the unit here from up there. I wonder if they're getting ice in that thing. You can see a little bit of fatigue here on the top of this cage here. It's wobbling just a hair. Could possibly have the blade a little out of balance. It's not bad, it's just a little bit. I'm gonna sit with it for a little bit and just see what I hear. Sent me a video of it, and it is it's definitely a loud clunking noise. I'm gonna see, maybe the bearings are going out in this thing. It is over amping, drawing 1 amp to 1.1 amps, and it's rated for 0.9, so it does warrant replacing the motor. I'm gonna sit with it. Okay, the unit went into defrost here. It's set on an accumulated runtime of 30 minutes. Could probably get away with 60 here, but I asked if they wanted to change that. They said they want to keep it. They are kind of up here in the mountains a little bit. So it's defrosting right now. I'm going to make sure that it comes out of defrost. I didn't hear anything out of the ordinary there. I hooked up my probes, and the charge looks okay. Now what I don't know is if this is a R407C sticker. So I don't really know that. Sorry, I dropped my phone there. I don't know if this has R407C. I know that it's R22 because I can see that. That almost looks like a R407C sticker. Like this could use a cleaning here. You can see it's, I'm not sure how well that's going to pick up. It's definitely got some debris, and it's all the way around the unit. So I'm going to let this thing finish defrost, and then I'm going to do another amp draw on this outdoor fan motor. So far, the only thing I've heard on it is the clicking noise. Has not made that clunking noise. I did make them aware of the unit, or the roof here draining onto their unit, so it is dropping ice right into this thing. There we go, she shifted back. I was gonna see if I heard anything on that fan motor. Nope. Okay, so I think what I'm going to have to do is do another amp draw on the fan motor, see if it's any higher. Okay, change the filter on the indoor return. It was pretty dirty, so I went ahead and put a new filter in. I took a temperature split. It is a little high, it's in the 60s. Temperature rise is pretty high. Now the auxiliary heat is running. It's already brought it up from 49 degrees up to 58 degrees. They set their heat between 60 to 63 degrees. They asked me to just check on a price on the outdoor fan motor here. I can't read the model and serial on this unit, so I'm just going to get the specs off the motor and call for an OEM motor. And then I got one that's a Mars that would fit here in this application as well. So I'll just see what they want to do, you know. I'll provide them options. Right now it is operating as it should. There is no noise out here on the fan motor. The clicking has actually went away. So they might want to let it ride, and then I'll just charge them like a diagnostic plus a little bit of time. And then if it messes up, again this winter. You know, waive the diagnostic to come back out, or I call it a trip charge technically, and waive the trip to come back out here and replace the motor for him. But I'm gonna get a couple prices together for him. I suggested, you know, we should clean this outdoor coil as well. Of course, it's, you know, snowy out here right now, not the best day for that, but I could always come back and do that. And they declined that as well. They really don't want to put any money on this. They said they've been getting killed lately with all this inflation, and it seems to be a consistent story I hear across many customers right now. So I'm going to go ahead and get a price for them and see if they want to replace the motor, if they just want to let it ride. I watched that video that her husband sent over to me, and it was snowing out when they were having that issue. So I'm thinking they were getting ice buildup in this thing, and it was clunking off of ice. That's it, you know, that's what I'm thinking it probably was. But it's also is overamping. It does need to, should be replaced, but I understand them wanting to see if they can get a little more time out of it. All right, well, I'm leaving that job. It's after talking to the husband, he ended up coming home. I was talking to him, talking to his wife, chatting it up about what I found. They decided not to proceed with the condenser fan motor replacement. I was getting 0.8, 0.9 amps, 1 amp, 1.1. So they just decided to let it ride until the thing dies, the motor, or if they hear that loud noise again, you know, they'll call and let me know. I told them if it happens in the next month or so, I won't charge them the trip to go back out there. Or they're out in the country in a neighboring town, I charged $95 to make that trip. And then I was at his house for about an hour and 25 minutes, something like that. I try to take care of military, senior citizens, nurses, and school teachers, and first responders. I give them all a discount on my business. But I took extra care of him since he decided not to proceed with the repair. Just trying to help him out, man. He said he's been getting killed lately, like everybody else. Everybody's taking a beating right now. I did mention to him that the temperature split was really high. He had a 66 degree temperature split, 68 degree temperature split between return and supply. Got a 10 kW heat kit on that, and he's just not moving enough air. When I did the blower replacement, I went back with an OEM motor. I used high speed, but he just has inadequate ductwork. It's an old farmhouse. The crawl space back to where you get to the living room and a kid's bedroom is so tight you can't even fit under it. I think they installed that HVAC before they put the subfloor down and stuff, because there's no way you can crawl back there. It's too tight. It just has inadequate ductwork, has a massive temperature split with the heat strip running along with the heat pump, and he just needs new ductwork. I told him that we could try to enlarge the return, see if that would help. We'll do a static pressure test. He just doesn't want to dump any money in it right now, and you know, I don't blame him. But when it finally comes time to change that system, he's gonna have to do something with that ductwork. I for sure am not gonna put a new system on ductwork that's too small. That thing will not last. It'll just fall apart on him. They're talking about putting a gutter in to keep the ice and stuff from falling down off the metal roof. I told them they need to put a gutter or a flashing, something to divert that water from falling down on top of that unit. The video he showed me was in the snow, so there was accumulation of snow and stuff on top of that unit and inside of it, and I think that fan motor, the blade, was hitting that accumulation of ice and making that noise. And I think that's really all that it was that it was hitting ice buildup on that unit. It's falling right down off his roof. So he's gonna do something, he said, with it, and if it's, you know, if he hears it again and it's snowing, then, you know, he's gonna go out and try to, I guess, melt the ice off of it. I don't really know. I can only do what I can get paid for. You know, I try to offer discounts where I can to help people out, but I can't, you know, work for free. You know, I can discount stuff and try to help where I can, but, you know, something big, you know, like doing ductwork in his house, I gotta charge for it, because I gotta support my family, you know, and he understands that. He was really appreciative of the discount I did give him. So anyways, I want to say thanks for watching. I appreciate it. If you haven't already, like the video, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel, all the usual stuff. Guys that are leaving likes and leaving comments, I really appreciate the additional support. Thank you so much. You guys stay safe out there. Get home safe to your families. That's the most important thing you can do every day. Get home safe. You guys stay safe. Talk to everybody later. I forgot to mention, I didn't show this on camera, but I did do a voltage drop test across the contactor, and I was dead on the money on that. So from the bottom of the contactor up to the top, I wasn't losing any. So I was wondering if maybe it was dropping out, and that wasn't the case. Forgot to mention that.